hope everyone had a good weekend. It occurred to me that I have yet to make a video addressing wokeness. Largely because I have been unable to find anyone who can provide me with some kind of coherent definition. Like this woman, she's an author who wrote a book on the subject and was asked to define the term.
Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral.
Yeah, it did. It went viral. Fortunately for us, my good buddy Doug over on the PineCreek channel has finally defined wokeness for us all. So science bless you, my friend. Let's take a look at what Doug has to say.
Woke people are usually those who are suffering from an illness that I call feel sorry for-ism.
Great start, Doug. There are no groups in this country for and to whom anyone should feel the need to say sorry. This country, from its very founding, has held as a primary value, as stated in our founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, that all people are created equal. Okay, well, technically it says that all men, and by that they meant all white men, who owned property. But the point is, this country has been relentless in its pursuit of equality for all people because it says so right there in black and parchment. These are the ideals which have made America exceptional and great. I mean, just look at the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, daily as a child, I and every kid in America pledged themselves to liberty and justice for all. Which is exactly what this country has been providing for all of its people, really, since its founding. Black people, women, minorities, the LGBTQ communities who have traditionally been treated terribly. So no one needs to feel sorry for anyone. Great point, Doug. Let's see what else he has to say here.
Woke people are often people who are followers of some type of critical theory, critical race theory, for example, who view life in terms of oppressors and the oppressed, the victims.
Another spectacular point from Doug. People, there are no victims. Do not let yourself get caught up in this victim mentality nonsense. And for Hitchin's sake, do not let the woke mob tell you that this country's laws and entire legal system have been hijacked for hundreds of years systematically to keep any group of people a permanent underclass, or that any group has systematically been kept from the kind of equality and justice we just talked about. How could that even be true when our Declaration of Independence and our Pledge of Allegiance are so clear about equality and justice? Think about it, people. Because when you do, you'll realize that there are no oppressors and no oppressed. Our laws couldn't possibly have been used in that way because we're all equal. And by definition, you just can't have the oppressed and the oppressor in an equal society. That's just math. What these woke folk are doing is they're whining and they're crying to get you to, Doug nailed it, feel sorry for certain groups so that we'll all do things to reverse or correct the allegedly ongoing effects of this imagined oppression and victimization. Don't fall for it. Don't do it, people. All right, let's see what else is here.
Woke people tend to be very unhappy, sad, miserable people. Woke people tend to be female. I would say it's not insignificant. My guess is it's close to 60%. And I think the reason for that is because women, which is adult females, tend to be more emotional on things that tend to be negative, like oppression, than men.
Amen, Doug. Amen. These women, so emotional with their hormones and their compassion for others and their empathy for the allegedly oppressed. I mean, here's the irony. You know, some of these women will actually say that the reason for that empathy is because they think they've been oppressed too. So they can supposedly relate. Yeah, right. Hello, ladies, you're 51% of the population. How could you possibly be oppressed, especially in America, which is all about equality and justice? Please, come on. And what's there to be unhappy, sad, or miserable about? You're living in the greatest country in human history, a country which has been living up to the true meaning of its creed for a quarter millennia, which means everyone has had an equal shot at life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all 247 years. It doesn't matter if you're poor or you have been kept poor for hundreds of years even. You can pull yourself up without the rest of us having to do anything to rectify the imagined past wrongs of your alleged victimization. Is that not a cause for unshakable happiness and celebration? Come on, give me a break.
They tend to, because of this feel sorry forism, they tend to not look at the facts objectively.
Another great point from Doug here. For example, all right, black people in America have 10% of the wealth white people have in an otherwise equal society. That's a fact. So why do you think that is? America is and has always been a meritocracy, a country that rewards hard work, resilience, and good old-fashioned Yankee Doodle gumption, right? So whatever your situation, you can pull yourself up, even if you don't have bootstraps or they were stolen from you. So if one group has 10% of the wealth that another group has, is that not a clear indicator that they just haven't worked as hard or made good decisions? Or maybe these people just don't have what it takes. Okay, there. I said it. I said it. Has anyone tested people's IQs and run a comparison? I mean, you know, a country like America that embraces equality can only do so much if certain groups aren't sending their best. And therefore they start out with some massive deficit. This is not a miracle. It's America. Okay? Let's see what Doug has to say.
People who are woke are in a cult. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Wow. Doug is really bringing the strong here. He used the C word. Well, not that C word, the other one, cult. That's just devastating. I don't know how one could even imagine coming back from a smackdown like that. It's basically checkmate, right? I mean, name-calling is the atomic bomb of the intellect. That's just science. So I think I'll leave that one alone. Okay, gutsy move, Doug. Kudos. Well, we're not even halfway through this video, through Doug's video, and I already feel so enlightened, I can hardly stand it. I'm sure you feel the same, right? I mean, boy, this is just brilliant stuff. It's really, really clever too. So thought through, so thought out. It's impressive, right? I mean, Doug's a thinker, clearly, and ladies, quite the catch, right? Yeah. Tell me about it. All right, well, I think we're going to have to pick up the rest next time. Until then, I guess I'm me, right? I'm still me. Thanks for watching, and have another good weekend if I don't see you again before that. Thanks for watching.